Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be Polt versus Soulkey, a Terran versus Zerg. It is a best of 5 series from the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei, which was held just about a week ago. I suppose by the time you might be watching on YouTube, it might be a little bit more. But let's have a quick look. Our question of the series is going to be a new one. It's going to be, have you liked this video already? So, if you're on the stream, I suppose it doesn't quite work for you, but you could also leave a like on the stream. That would pretty much be awesome. And let's see how this one plays out. So, Polt versus Soulkey. Let's introduce our players very, very quickly. Polt, spawning as the red Terran, bottom right-hand side here of Dusk Towers. He's on Team CM Storm, which is Cooler Master Storm. And he's from South Korea. Now, Cooler Master is actually a company that makes basically computer peripherals and cases and coolers, all this kind of stuff. So, pretty nice of them to have a team of their own. On the bottom left-hand side here, we've got Soulkey. He's on TCM-Gaming, and he's from South Korea, playing the Blue Zerg. So let's see how our players start out. Looks like 2 expansions going down. So Soulkey starting with his own, and Polt going with his own one as well. And he did put down a spawning pool right after that as well. So it does have his gas on the way. It's going to be a little bit late, I think, for to get the metabolic boost straight away. Might be a little bit late. I think that timing is not quite right. Let's see what our Terran player is going for. Looks like just one base, no Reaper. Notice that there's no Reaper for 2 series in a row. Very, very strange indeed. Now, 2 refiners going down for the Terran player straight away. This kind of might suggest some sort of teching very early on. Unless he's just going to go for the shields and stim pack at the very beginning. But we'll see about that. 2 gases is kind of a lot for that. Now let's see, Zerglings are on the way. Metabolic boost has been started now at this point. This base getting saturated. 2 queens going down as well. And what is he going to do? Honestly, I don't think that this amount of Zerglings can do a whole lot. He's probably just waiting to see if there's going to be a Reaper around. But looking at what Polt has done, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So Polt looks like he's starting off with a 1-1-1 build. The only thing is, of course, he did throw down his command center first. And let's see, Marines just boarding off the Overlord. Now, these Marines could get caught out there if they're not careful. 4 Zerglings should be enough to take them out if they focus them down straight away. And no, they are getting help from their buddies up on the high ground. And with that, they should be just fine. Looks like he's probably going to start for the Starport straight after this one. Yes, he is indeed. Metabolic boost about to complete. Now, not going to be able to do a whole lot with that. But being able to surround units a lot faster, reinforces Zergling army a lot faster, is going to be very, very beneficial. Now, interestingly enough, 2 Hellions coming out here. And in the previous session, we saw Beyond making use of double Hellions along with a drop. That did some beautiful play there with basically distracting the main army with the drop. But then the actual Hellions did so much damage, managing to get into the mineral line. And at that point, it was pretty much no stopping it. Now, Baneling Nest is going down for Soulkey as well. A little bit strange to see a Baneling Nest versus Terran this early. Seems like Banelings have kind of been, I wouldn't say removed from the game, but they're just not as viable as they used to be. I remember every time that you see a bio army going down, you would see a bunch of Banelings being produced pretty much immediately, and it was like, well, we're just going to steamroll straight into this Marine army, and unless you have like bomber style splits, you are pretty screwed at that point. You just lose all of your army to those Banelings. But nowadays, it just seems like they have stopped being used, potentially maybe because of the shield upgrade for Marines, or maybe even, I don't know, maybe stim micro has been improved greatly. Now look at that, there's actually quite a lot of Hellions here. Now to note, there was a Spire started for for Soulkey as well. Does look like he's stacking up his gas as well. And looking at the timing of that, probably going to have about 800 gas unless he starts using a little bit of that as well. He does have 4 gases mining, or harvesting rather. And looks like an expansion coming down for Polt, so he's putting down his command center. He does have 2 more gases on the way as well. Let's have a quick look now. There's just Marines inside of those medevacs. Might pick up 2 Hellions. No, he's not. Just bringing them over to the army. And looks like we've got 5 Mutalisks on the way. Now, he still has a lot of gas at the moment. I wonder if he's going to use that for something else, or if he's going to make more Mutalisks with that a little bit later. It looks like the Hellions got converted to Hellbats. This means they're going to be doing a lot more surround damage, and of course, they get a lot tankier, but slower. And let's see, Marines running in here. Now there is Mutalisks in the air here. I don't really know if he wants to reveal them just yet, but now drones starting to get taken out as well. And let's see the Marine micro. I think this game could turn very, very sour for Soulkey right now. Polt with all of these Marines and Hellbats. I think he's going to be able to snipe off this hatchery, and the Mutalisks now have been revealed. What is he doing here? Looks like it's just an Overseer, so that's actually quite fine. And Banelings running in here. Oh, not managing to do anything with that. He seems to have lost all of those Banelings as well. It's a bit unfortunate, but that just means that he's lost all of them without doing any significant damage, which could very well hurt his game outcome here. Now these Marines gonna get the start. Oh, nice Baneling hits there. Finally getting the connections there. Putting up the expansion straight away. Now, just to note, he is behind on bases. You never want to be behind on bases as a Zerg player. Simply put, if you are behind on bases, you do not have enough economy, you do not have enough production capability, and I think that the best option for him right now would probably be either get a massive army to defend up against what's coming next, or macro up and throw down a second expansion so that you can actually catch up and basically surpass your opponent with economy. Now, Widow Mines are on the ramp here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to pick off these Mutalisks, but there's only 3 Mutalisks. This means that they're not going to be able to pick off much of these SCVs without having to back off from the missile turrets. As you can see, there is one in each mineral line. The only thing he might be able to snipe off is like the edge here. But that is, of course, very time consuming and very micro intensive in case there's a few units coming down to take you out. There we go, he has caught up in supply. He's about 12 supply back, which is not a huge number. It's easily beaten by micro skills. Now Roaches with Glider with Constitution managing to pick off a few of these. There is also Mutalisks in the air trying to catch up onto them. And not looking great here for Polt. He's got a bigger army, but he's very scared to engage onto this Roach and Ravager and a bit of Mutalisks as well. Now he's got himself an Overseer. This is probably just to spot any sort of Widow Mines in the area. Oh, and he's not paying attention. Polt losing some of his Marines here as well. That is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate indeed. What is here? Looks like a Viking. Now, question is that Viking just there to spot what's coming towards him? One Marine standing here, just spotting if there's going to be an expansion. Now Marines being used just to clear this off, and as you can see, being loaded up, away, and brought out. Probably the better decision for him to make. Oh, that Widow Mine! Oh, nice! Managing to snipe that off with the help of the Overseer. Very good play here for Soulkey. Now that one Marine getting taken out. Honestly, I don't know if he's planning on expanding anytime soon. I think he probably should, because Polt is building up his own command center and it is on the way. So very, very shortly, Polt is going to be going for his 4th base, whereas Soulkey is still stuck on 3 bases. Now one Overlord getting taken out here. Let's see, he's clearing off a lot of his creep. This is actually quite good play. He sacrificed himself a bit of energy for the scan, but at the same time, he is getting himself the creep kills. And ooh, nice pick off here. 2 Mutalisks getting taken out without actually doing any significant damage to those medevacs. It looks like we've got, ooh, burrow roaches. Now we do have infestors on the way. Infestor pit, that is. So potentially going to try to catch out these marines just so they don't get lifted off again. And these roaches, let's have a quick look if there's any detection. There's actually no detection inside the main base, or inside the natural base here, so could very easily get his roaches up until here before that missile turret spots them. But this hatchery getting denied, unfortunately for him. Now he's still in a fine position, he still has his 3 bases, his main base is getting attacked here, but probably going to be able to hold this off. Roaches coming in there, and oh my god, this Marine and Marauder army is looking quite scary right now. The engagement going down, I think this is heavily going to favor Polt. He's running straight in there, he does have his units stemmed up, and despite the fact that they have the opponent inside their main base doing a bit of economic damage, these Marines could very well shut down this hatchery altogether. And there we go, the hatchery has been shut down. As I said, this base, oh, these roaches, they're inside the main base and inside the natural, and they're doing so much damage. They've taken out so many workers at the moment. 35 SCVs have been destroyed. That is absolutely huge. So 1 base lost and 24 drones for 36 SCVs. You know what? I would argue that that is worth it. He's destroyed 2 mineral lines. And the question is it even worth resupplying those mineral lines? Because there's not a whole lot of minerals remaining there. But at the same time, can he afford to expand? Other than this command center, of course. $130 supply in army versus 61. So Polt doing quite well right now. I think he's actually in quite a prime position right now to take this game. Game number 1. We'll see if he takes it. His economy is bleeding. And he really needs to cauterize that wound. If he can take out these roaches, he's got this game. If he doesn't, then it really depends on how long he waits. How long he gives Soulkey to respond and basically rebuild his army. Now, how much of this has been seen? None of it, actually. And let's see, he does have the army here. 85 supply. Now, I think that if Polt moved out right now, it would be a base race that would probably favor him. There is defender circles going down here. There's a lot of Ravagers going to potentially be able to snipe off. Oh, he misses the Liberator there. And let's see what it's going to do with this. The army is on the way back. Oh my god, 113 supply army. Actually, it's not all of them, but some of them here as well. It is on the way back. He's going to get a nice sandwich here with these Ravagers. And he's moving straight in there. I think this is going to be absolutely nasty. Soulkey, I think, is about to lose the game. There we go. GG has been called. And Polt takes game number 1 from this series. Hope you've enjoyed this one. And we're going to be moving on to game number 2. And that is it for game number 1. Polt with the beautiful surround at the very end, hitting the final nail into the coffin. And that's pretty much it. Soulkey loses game number 1. Hope you've enjoyed one. Of course, leave it a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the next game. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.